Hi friend, welcome to this lesson. Here you are learning about trim path text animation in After Effects. So what is trim path? Trim path is a simple text animation where your outline of the text or the stroke is animated for opening a presentation. It is used widely along with its blocks and other animation storyboardings. So let's do it. So here, let us first create a background solid. So right click, create a new solid. Here I've chosen a dark brown color and I want to add some texture to this background. So here I have a paper folded effect and we'll just embed it. So here I've imported the vectors that will be required in the project. In the following lessons, we'll be using some of those vectors. We will just drop the paper texture right above the solid, or you can add it below. So here just readjust it, and here just we need to right click this paper layer or the background layer and go to blending option and choose multiply. You got a lot of blending options. Here we're using the multiply option to get an effect of the paper as well as the color. There are a wide range of effects here. You can choose any of the option. So just drop a text here. Just write anything. Here I will be creating an animation presentation about history of money. That will be learning this course. So here just do it. Just type a text or string you want to provide. Use the selection tool to reposition your text anywhere you want. Just do central align, and here the spacing is not accurate. We want some more spacing in terms of central spacing or in a proper formatting. You can go to the text details and here you got a lot of options. Here you can adjust space, color. You can change the size of your text. You can rearrange the vertical spacing, horizontal spacing, a text font, text width, a lot of things you can do here. Then when you are done with the settings, let's do some more vertical spacing between the sentences and then readjust it and set change the color. So here I don't want any fill color. You can choose any of the color. I will be putting a golden stroke for this text layer and select the fill to null. We don't want any fill. We want just a transparent fill with a golden stroke. So when you are done with this, just go to the selection tool after that and you can readjust it. We need to convert this text layer into shape because when we want to animate the path, so path is always animated about a shape and text is not a shape. Text is a different format. So we just need to convert it to text. So here is our text. Its stroke is this. You can take any particular color, and here the error is this thing may occur to you because we have applied blending to the solid, and when you put anything below the solid layer it will be lost or hidden. So just put your text layer on top of everything, and here is our text layer. So just do this thing. We can readjust the width of text, the sentence width. We can expand our text along the horizontal as well as vertical axis. So you got a lot of options with text. Just try to learn each one of them. And the best thing best way to learn is to just apply and try everything. So when you are satisfied with your animation here, then go to layer from the top options and just select create create shape from text. So here we have created a shape layer. You can hide the text layer, it is automatically hidden, and then go to add and add trim path, and we want to animate this trim path effect. Just expand this trim path option and go to particular time where you want to start your animation and just expand it. Go to the end option and set a keyframe and make it initially 0. It will start from the 0 and say wait for half a second or 1 second and make it 100%. Set another keyframe. So here it will appear like this. So this is a trim path animation for your stroke of the text. We have created a title. This way you can create title text animations in After Effects. Hi, welcome back friend. In the previous exercise you have learned about trim path title animation in After Effects, and here in this practical exercise you will be learning more about animating and pre-composing. So let's do it. So after we have added the history of money, this trim path animation, we want to add a few vectors or images to our composition. So here are 5 properties, and we want to animate these properties. So sir, first turn the opacity to 0 of this title animation, and we want our text to disappear on the screen. In the similar way we will add different vectors and make them appear from nowhere. So we'll be keyframing the opacity of those vectors as well and turn them from 0 to 100%. Here we'll be conveying the story of money, so we will be adding coins and note. So here just drop the vector. Sometimes vector may be little big in size compared to your background, so you can readjust the size. Go to the option for reducing the size, and here you can drop more such vectors. You can reduce zoom in or zoom out the monitor control monitor. Here I have reduced the size to 6.25%. You can make it 50% depending on the size of the screen you are working with. If you're working with a desktop with a big screen, you can do with any size because you have a clear vision of everything. If you are using a laptop or a personal computer that has a small screen, you could readjust the size depending on your requirement. Here let me drop a few things: paper, plastic money and everything. When I will zoom in you will have a better view. So let's rechange the size to 33% say, and readjust everything on the screen exactly where we want them to appear. You can animate the position, rotation, anything of the properties, or you can add a lot of things, but here let's do this with the opacity. Later on you will learning various animations, complex animation techniques from isometric to block text animations, and you will combine everything to build a complete project. Storytelling is an important thing here, and storytelling requires you to link the frames of your presentation with each other. So you have to plan everything in a way that when they are combined together they would convey a better story. They must be in sync with each other. So here for example I've written the text story of money, and I've added these money symbols: the plastic money, paper money, coin, and the blockchain, Bitcoin vector. So this will represent, add more to the meaning of your text, because sometimes a text, an image can speak 1,000 words. So using the help of images or vectors will add more meaning to your data. You can also duplicate any vector, just copy and paste, and you can have multiple layers and reposition them accordingly. So we'll be setting all the image layers starting at some 4 seconds. So just select all the layers or you can select the first and the last layer by shift key and hold square braces or open bracket to start these layers at that point. So we'll be animating setting keyframe for opacity, so just press O to have the opacity. You can go to transformation or anything like that. So set the opacity to 0 initially, and say after half a second later set the opacity to 100%. So this way you got an opacity of 100%. So even wait for some more seconds, keep it there for 1 second on the screen, and again after that set one more keyframe for 0%. So we need a combination of 4 keyframes. So first it will disappear and wait for a moment and again disappear. We have to reverse the order. The first keyframe is 0, second is 100%, third is 100%, fourth is 0%. Just copy the same keyframe and paste it on other image layers. So every layer will follow this thing. So here we have animated these images. So we need to add fading effect to our trim part title animation, and you can turn the opacity for your title text from 0 to 100% right before your animation will appear. You can also readjust these layers, and the best way to is keep the layers on the top that is appearing. When you got a lot of vectors or a lot of layers, it will be difficult to manage. You need to recompose them together. So just select all the layers, right click and pre-compose. So when you go to a composition, you got everything in the same way it was. You're learning more in the coming exercises. Till then, keep practicing and keep learning.